Ahoy and welcome to the latest Lorbeck Luxury Cars Friday Drive. I'm Newman and today we're looking at something very special, the incredibly rare and exotic McLaren 620R. McLaren Sport Series cars, the 540C and 570S etc. are often overlooked and underrated, but they still deliver absolutely incredible performance. But even by those standards, the 620R is something special. Just 225 of these were made available worldwide. Lots of manufacturers claim to make road-going race cars, but the 620R is literally a road-going race car, being essentially a 570S GT4 with the bare minimum modifications to make it road legal. As such, it's full of trick motorsport componentry, like two-way adjustable coilovers with 32 settings, plenty of wings and spoilers, carbon ceramic brakes and ultra-aggressive semi-slick tyres. Though owners could also option a set of slicks for when they visited the track. Inside, there's not a lot. Carbon fibre race seats, 6-point harnesses and a steering wheel. Everything you need to go fast and nothing that might slow you down or distract you. There's one other very important difference between the 620R and the GT4 race car that it's based on. But I'll explain that from behind the wheel. All racing cars, even Formula One cars, have to abide by a set of regulations to ensure one car isn't massively faster than the others. That's particularly the case in GT racing where there are so many different types of cars. Because the 570S GT4 handles so well, it's limited to around 500 horsepower in race trim. There are no regulations dictating how fast your road car can be. So we have the strange situation where the road-going version, the 620R, is much faster than the race car it's based on. The 620R's 3.8 litre twin-turbo V8 produces 611 horsepower or 456 kilowatts in Aussie speak, and that means 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds and 0 to 200 in 8.1 seconds, which is crazy fast. Told you these cars were underrated. So, what is the 620R like to drive? You can probably hear what it's like. It's raw, it's uncompromising, and it's all the better for it. Everything buzzes and vibrates. You feel like you're in a living animal. You just get so much feedback through the whole car. The steering feels like you're just running your fingers along the road. You can feel every little lump and bump and texture. McLaren still believes in hydraulic steering. It doesn't believe in electronic steering. It wants to make the car as pure as possible. And you can't argue with the results because it feels absolutely fantastic. These seats, honestly, aren't the easiest things to get in and out of, but once you're in them, you are in them. And they're actually really comfortable. There's enough padding and some great padding on the side for when you're on track and being thrown around by the G-forces. The suspension as well is surprisingly compliant. You might look at this thing and think it's going to rattle your teeth out being a race car for the road, but it really isn't. This car soaks up the lumps and bumps much better than I expected it to. Despite the uncompromising focus, this is kind of a breeze to drive. And the other thing, of course, is it's really fast. Whether you want a raw and rewarding road car, one of the fastest track cars around, or just the privilege of owning one of the rarest cars in Australia, the McLaren 620R covers all bases. I'm Newman and you've been watching Lorbeck Luxury Cars Friday Drive.